It's the big bad defenders, man. We in here.
They say home is where the heart is.
We here to protect this house, man. Y'all ready?
Yeah, they got a whole lot more than that at this place.
Lofts it downfield, and it's caught. It's mayhem.
Picks his way forward, digging and sagging.
Oh, a game-changing hit.
Today, the defenders are back in D.C.
60 minutes of controlled chaos. 60 minutes of organized violence.
The Roughnecks are here to ruin that homecoming.
Dominate. Dominate today, man. It's hard.
A hit like that. Bam!
They shake the bench.
He's got a man downfield. Touchdown.
This is the UFL.
So what's it gonna be? Another visiting team swallowed up by the snake in D.C.? Or can Houston tame the beast and get back in the win column? Roughnecks, Defenders on Fox.
Well, leave it to football to be the thing that brings people together in D.C. as the Houston Roughnecks visit the D.C. Defenders in Week 2 of the UFL on Fox. Roughnecks fans traveling to our nation's capital, where they will be part of a rowdy crowd at Audi Field. The Roughnecks on the road for the first time, Defenders in front of the home crowd for the first time this year. So, Joel Clack, who should we keep an eye on in this game?
Let's go above and beyond, Kurt. Brought to you by Jersey Mike's, and we're going to start with the quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu for the D.C. Defenders. This was the XFL's Player of the Year last season, and last year this run game for DC helped him out. It did not week 1. It's a big reason why they lost. They need to get that run game going to help Jordan Ta'amu out here in this one against Houston. And then defensively for the Roughnecks, how about Reuben Foster? Big week 1. 6 tackles, 1 interception, former first rounder, of course, in the NFL. They've got to get off the field on 3rd down. They did a nice job overall, but they couldn't get off the field. They were on it for far too long. 39 minutes they were on the field. They've got to get off the field on 3rd down. If they can do that, they'll have a good chance.
All right, those are a few players to keep your eye on. We'll get you all set for the kickoff of the final game of the 2nd week of the UFL season. It's Houston and DC right after this. Back in DC, and if you haven't seen this DC Defender crowd, it's one of the more exciting in spring football. Last year in the XFL, they kind of became a thing, I guess really back in 2020 with the beer snake. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the crowd and throughout the day as fans coming over a busy sports day in DC. The Nationals playing right now, and later on tonight the Capitals will play. But up next we've got the Houston Roughnecks and the DC Defenders down on the field. The 3rd member of our crew with the starting quarterback for the Defenders. Here's Devin Gardner. Devin?
Thanks, Kurt. Hey, Jordan, you are a part of a team that is not used to losing football games. So what was the mood like during this week coming into this home game where you got this rocking crowd?
You know, we had to get that, bad taste out of our mouth, and it starts with practice. So we kind of wanted to, start fast on offense and, finish on defense and, do all around in such special teams. So, our goal is to, start fast and score touchdowns.
The red zone, right? It was red zone what was last week. How do you find a way to create some of those opportunities again and finish them in the end zone?
Just staying disciplined. That's what we're all about, staying disciplined and, don't shoot ourselves in the foot. Just go out there, have fun and score, and everything will fall in part.
Thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan Ta'amu and this Defender offense, plenty of reason to believe they were 9-1 last year, making it all the way to the XFL championship in Reggie Barlow's first season as head coach. Meanwhile, Curtis Johnson was coaching the Houston Gamblers in the USFL, still with the Houston team, now called the Roughnecks. Joel, both these guys coming back this season with a lot of players on both these teams coming back from last season.
Yeah, and for Reggie Barlow, this DC team, they have high expectations, Kurt, as we know, and as they should, in particular with that man that we just interviewed, Jordan Ta'amu. He's an incredibly talented player at the quarterback position, and they feel like they have enough, in particular on defense, to make another run towards a championship.
Houston will receive and get the ball first. Anthony Ratliff-Williams back deep. And after the kickoff, Takes it out to just shy of the 35-yard line, and so that's where the Roughnecks offense will begin. Jared Garantano coming in at quarterback. Got his first pro start last week. Most people remember him out of the University of Tennessee, where he played for 4 years before going to Washington State.
I felt like their rhythm was the toughest thing about the game last week. Only 37 snaps offensively. Garantano threw it for 76%. They just need more opportunities, and we'll see if they can get those here today.
Now that's 76%. Best completion percentage in week 1 of the UFL, but as you said, it's a limited opportunities. On first down, first play from scrimmage, Ratliff Williams one-hands it, and he's brought down right away. Abdullah Kelly with the stop.
Terrific flow from this defense as they're going to get out in front of this little slide into the backfield. Here's Ratliff Williams. He's a big play threat for Houston. Beautiful catch, by the way. My goodness, one hand goes back behind his body to catch that ball, but there's DC perfectly in position to make the stop.
Loss of 2 on the opening play. And the handoff taken by TJ Pledger. Let's take a look at this Roughnecks offense.
Well, that run game that you just saw here on second down from TJ Pledger is going to be important for them. They've got to get it going, and they suffered a huge setback in preseason as the USFL's Offensive Player of the Year from a year ago. Mark Thompson went down with a knee injury at running back, so they're trying to find this run game. They'll try to find it with TJ Pledger. Watch out for Justin Hall as well. He led them last year as a receiver on the outside. They've got to get some of these skill position guys going for Jared Garantano.
Has time, going deep down the sideline and just overthrew Ratliff Williams, and so it will be 3 and out for the Roughnecks.
I like the route, and this is an aggressive play call here early, but what you're going to get is in bump coverage, a lot of times a short route will convert into a go route. He does a great job, Ratliff Williams, of keeping himself away from the sidelines, but then he never drifts back. Garantano's trying to take him to the sideline over his outside shoulder, and they just can't connect on a third down.
Blocked. Momo Sinogo with the block for the defenders, and they're going to get it with great field position just beyond the 10-yard line. This is the way this defender team wanted to start. Wow.
Well, what do they say? Special teams, special plays, special players. Here comes the route, the rush from the defense's left, and they get there. Beautiful job. Getting that block one-handed, and then the recovery, and it felt like that one was even fumbled. I don't know why Houston didn't just jump on that ball, but they just kind of kick it out of bounds. And DC's going to have incredible field position here. That is a terrific job of getting to that ball.
This is the second week in a row that Houston's actually had a kick block on special teams on a punt. Sinogo in the hey, this is fun time over on the sideline if you're a defender, special teamer, and right now the offense will take it over at the 11-yard line. Cameron Harris. And Harris brought down by Reuben Foster on the play.
Here's Jordan Tamu, and he's a very talented player. But they didn't have any run game a week ago, so he had to throw it 45 times. That's not their MO, only 13 rushes. They've got to get some balance out of their run game here today.
Here we go.
Hurrying up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Loss of 2 on the first run. Here's Tama to the air. With time, overthrows, and it's picked off. Overthrew a wide open receiver, and Cornell, they're taking it back the other way for Houston. He's going all the way. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Roughnecks. Well, the crowd doesn't like that 98-yard interception return.
Kurt, anytime you're going to throw the ball over the middle of the field, you've got to be aware for tips and overthrows. Anytime that happens, what you're going to get is an opportunity for the defense to get their hands on the football. Right here, bam, a little tip, and there's Corn Elder in perfect position to get that tip, and then it's all about the return. Beautiful job by his teammates, getting some blocks out in the front. Don't know what that offensive lineman was doing. He didn't even try for the tackle, and Elder goes the distance. We got a pick six, some fireworks here early, a punt block, and now Houston takes it back for a defensive score.
All right, they're going to go for 2 here from the 5-yard line. Remember, no extra point kicks in the UFL. Garantano lofts that one up. Pressure was coming, and it falls incomplete in the end zone, but the touchdown. 98 yards on the pick six by Corn Elder. Makes the block punt naught. And the Houston Roughnecks out of the gate with the lead very early here in week 2.
Welcome back. I'm down on the field with the very tired Corn Elder, who just took it back 98 yards. And everybody came up to shake your hand. You said, you know what it is. You know, well, what is it? Tell the people what it actually is.
That's what I do, man. I make plays, man. That's what I'm here for. Make plays.
What did you see out there? They always say tips and overthrows are dangerous, but I don't think they expect them to go at 98.
Yeah, we got to get those, man. I seen them read the quarterback. Receiver ain't catch it. So I got to make a play.
All right, get out there and make some more plays.
I got you.
All right, Corn Elder, drafted by the Carolina Panthers out in the 5th round. Played with the Giants and the Lions, and here trying to get back to the National Football League. Plays like that falling right in your hand, and you take it 98 yards will certainly help.
Yes, it will. I mean, some wild plays here early in this game so far.
This is Darius Hagan. He lost the football. Looks like DC recovered. Both teams a little issue here, Joel, holding on the football in the early going.
Yeah, definitely. Just some nerves, I would suspect, on that last return. Here's Darius Hagan's, one of the backup running backs, and just the hit came right onto that ball. I believe that was Jeremiah Johnson, number 2, with the hit. The ball goes down, and fortunate, DC was right there. That's Brandon Smith with an immediate recovery.
Here we go.
All right, so Jordan Teamu will try it again. From the 37. And a handoff taken by Cam Harris. Harris brought down by Toby Johnson. Well, this is beginning to look a little bit like last week, Joe.
Yeah, and the miscues for DC, it certainly affected them last week in their loss to San Antonio. They gave up 4 sacks. They had 9 penalties. They had that fake punt go against them for a touchdown. Tomo was, picked off late in the 4th quarter in the red zone, and they have got to start playing clean. If we know anything about this league, Kurt, it's that these games are going to be close, one-possession games late.
They have been all weekend long as Cam Harris gets out across the 45-yard line. 3rd down for DC.
This Houston defense, Kurt, this is their issue from a week ago at least. They were 9 of 15 getting off the field on 3rd down. That's what led to them being on the field for 39-plus minutes. So a huge play here, even in a short yardage situation, to try to get off the field.
On 3rd and 1, Harris caught the backfield. Hey, Houston will be off the field this time. Reuben Foster along with Chris Odom.
Well, because they lost so many yards, I think that they're going to have to punt this away. I would have said if this was 4th and 1, they probably would have gone for it, Kurt, with just, a couple of yards there till the 50-yard line, basically midfield. But here, great penetration by the defensive front, and they're able to get into the backfield, including Reuben Foster. This guy, I think, is the best defender in the UFL. 6 tackles a week ago, including an interception, and a nice stop there on a 3rd and short opportunity early in this game.
And they may take a few extra yards here by letting the play clock run down. Well, it ran out. No whistles, so the punt goes. Justin Hall. And Hall going to be stopped before he gets out to the 20-yard line. And so Jared Garantano will take the field this time with the lead. Something he hasn't had all season long. We'll see how the Roughnecks offense does when we come back. Today's game is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. Well, next on the NFS1, the stars of NASCAR battle in the Lone Star State. The pre-race show kicks things off at 2 o'clock Eastern from Texas Motor Speedway. That's next Sunday, only on FS1. Less than 5 minutes into the opener of this game, Houston on a 98-yard interception return for a touchdown by Corn Elder have a 6-0 lead. They didn't get the 2-point conversion. This is the second time their offense has had the ball. Jared Garantano to the air. In the shadows, ball caught. And that's Emmanuel Butler after juggling it. And it's dropped, incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10. I think the ball going from the sun to the shadows bothered him a little bit there.
Yeah, well, you always hear about it in baseball, you know, when the pitcher is in the sun, batter is in the shadows there. It did seem like Emmanuel Butler was bothered by that just a bit.
Here we go. Ready. 180. Present.
Little dump pass taken by Pledger, and TJ Pledger going to be brought down by Francis Bernard.
Well, this DC defense under Greg Williams, their defensive coordinator, obviously he's got a thorough history in professional football, and he's going to be aggressive. And I assume that Houston, during the course of today's ball game, is going to have a healthy amount of those screen passes just to try to counteract what they feel like will be an aggressive defensive day from DC and Greg Williams.
After the 16-yard gain, play clock winding down. And Pledger again fighting it out to the 36-yard line. And, you know, one thing we're seeing here that we didn't see from this Houston offense, Joel, last week is them being able to run the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We get play caller Eric Price for Houston. He's going to be dialing them up all day.
Ratliff Williams, and that's a first down. Not only are they running the ball more efficiently, Joel, there's lag out on the play, but they're getting the ball out of the hands of Garantano a lot quicker.
Yeah, and that'll negate, again, some of that pressure look, but I thought there was a hold out there on the outside. Braden Bowman, number 80, that's what the officials seem to be discussing.
Holding, offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 2nd down.
That's what's on Bowman.
Yeah, and it's right at the point of attack as they're trying to get this ball to Ratliff Williams. They're trying to get this ball to the outside, but this block by Bowman right there, and he just clearly has that left arm all the way around the shoulder, and you've got the begging immediately, and rightly so, from Kelly Jr., number 24, nickelback for DC.
So it negates the first down, but you can see the change in tempo by Houston so far, midway through this first quarter.
Here we go, ready. 180. What's up?
Here comes the pressure. Garantano. And he just throws that away wisely. It'll bring up 3rd down.
This is exactly what we were talking about there. As Eric Price goes into 3rd down, but watch this aggressiveness. You're going to get a looping blitzer right here. You've got a blitzer around the edge, and you're going to get pressure on Garantano. Bad job by the offensive line. They just slid opposite of where that pressure is going to come. They need to change and slide into those pressures to give him time to get the ball down the field, in particular on a down like this when you're talking about 3rd and long.
We're good. Get the flag. Here we go. Flag, son.
Leading 13, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It will be incomplete. And this defense stands tall.
Derek Robertson with a nice rush. Watch this rush all the way around. And they do a really good job here of maintaining their lanes and getting pressure all around Garantano. They don't dip around and allow him a lane, in particular, to run right up the field. And again, they're getting their hand on the football. That's Trent Harris, number 33, played his college football at Miami. And this is a defensive front that's going to be aggressive, and they already have here early today.
Hunter Nicewander gets this one off after having his first punt block today. Kiki Cutie. And the former Houston Texan gets it ready for this defender offense. See if they can't get something going after a couple of bad starts here, including the pick six, which has them down early on. Well, last season, there were a lot of fireworks in D.C. The defenders, 9-1 in the regular season, best record in the XFL. The offense, the highest scoring. They had 7 all-league selections. Jordan Tomu, Offensive Player of the Year. Reggie Barlow, Coach of the Year. But then all of a sudden, it came to a screeching halt in the XFL championship game. They got upset by the Arlington Renegades, who were below 500 during the regular season, but made it into the playoffs and wound up beating them in the championship game when they lost their opener last week. The only team not to score a touchdown, and they're off to a slow start offensively here in week 2. But now Jordan Tomu has a chance, and that was broken up. Big hit by Reuben Foster.
I just love Reuben Foster's ability to diagnose the play. Even when you're talking about a linebacker who has run responsibility, you know, Foster has run responsibility. So here he's going to get over here, but then watch as he immediately gets himself back out in a position to be a threat in the pass defense, and he's perfectly in position to grab that sliding tight end, Alex Ellis, and he's there to make the stop.
Well, we know about his experience in the National Football League, and when you talk to Curtis Johnson, the head coach, he says he's even more focused this year, but there's a wide open receiver for the defender. That's Kiki Cutie, and that's a big play for a first down. 18 yards on the game.
And Devin, nice rhythm there for Tomu.
Absolutely, especially trying to navigate that throw around these linebackers. And I'm just down here. Reuben Foster is a violent human. He could have batted that ball down, but he waited to hit that guy in the back.
Well, that's Cam Harris out of the backfield. I tell you what, all of a sudden, this defender offense is in a rhythm. They're avoiding Reuben Foster wisely, and it's paying off.
And Devin, here's what I like, is that DC is taking the aggressiveness of Foster, who you just spoke of, and they're using it against him. They went immediately to the RPO, put him in conflict, and then a little bit of a misdirection there on the last snap.
That's exactly what Jordan said he wanted to do. Use that aggressiveness and use it against them, and now they're finding their rhythm.
And another quick pass. This one made by Kelvin Harmon, the reception. Cornelder with the tackle.
Devin, they're also using tempo here on this series. And in the last few snaps, they're trying to get up to the line of scrimmage and move just a bit quicker, it seems like, than their first few series.
Toby Johnson, these big defensive linemen, get them moving side to side with the misdirection and then go fast so that they can't sub out. And now you can drop back pass and have a little more time to survey the field.
Yeah,
a lot of options Johnson. On 2nd and 2.
There's Toby Johnson, Kurt, right in the middle. Big old 300-pounder.
Easy to see. He won't stop Harris here. Cam Harris picks up the first down for D.C.
I love what they're doing here is they've used some of the misdirection and they've used the RPO to start to open up the run game. That's something that they've got to get to. They know they need to get to, and I assume that they're going to start here in the next few plays.
In the red zone from the 19. And there's 4 more yards for Harris. Odom with the stop.
It can be difficult to just off the bat be able to run the ball. You've got to be very good up front, very physical, and a very good run team. So what ends up happening is that you've got to open up the defense with some of your tempo and some of the play calls, putting linebackers in conflict. And then all of a sudden, the running game starts to soften up. That's what we're seeing so far in this series.
Tomu out of the backfield. That's Hagan, and Hagan wrestled to the ground. Going to be stopped about a yard short of the first down by Markel Roby. 3rd and 1. Let's listen in.
Flex left. Blade, 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 blade.
We gotta go. Ready? Set go.
The keeper, Tomu, gets the first and more down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal.
This is an RPO that Tomu wants to throw. Watch as he's got his back coming right here, but he wants to throw the ball out to the left. Wide receiver doesn't look, and so he's like, well, I better go pick it up on my own, and he does.
Ready? Set go.
from the 4. The handoff, and Hagan stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Let's see what they go with here.
Twins right, Alaska. Twins right, Alaska. Twins right, Alaska.
Yeah, going very fast. Look at these. Just short play calls. Twins right, that's your formation. Alaska is the concept. Right up to the line of scrimmage, trying to snap the ball quickly.
Ready? Take go.
Got him. Take a shot.
Free play. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Flag coming down, and this will be clearly the Houston defense jumping early.
Offside, defense number 95. The penalty will place the ball at the 2-yard line. Repeat second down.
Well, this was their problem last week, Kurt, was red zone for DC. 3 trips into the red zone, only 2 field goals and a turnover, so only the 6 points. They've got to convert these trips into touchdowns, and now they've got a great shot here inside the 5.
Tick. Here we go.
From the 2-yard line.
Ready.
DC, the only team without a touchdown this season so far. Tamu, pop, right at the 1. JT Tyler says not on this play.
I think he had a nice assist as well from our guy, Devin. Here's our guy showing up angry. Reuben Foster, my goodness. Here he is, Foster. Watch him flow over the top. Watch this. Right here. Bam! My goodness.
Just bad intentions, Joel. Just bad intentions.
No, other side. Here we go. Ready. Take go.
Play number 11 on the drive. Handoff, fighting, touchdown, Darius Hagan and the defenders.
DC gets that elusive touchdown from the red zone. It's a little power concept, offensive linemen pulling around, and that was a very good series. The whole rhythm to that series, the tempo to that series, Saamu was effective. They got the ball onto the outside, quick passing game, some misdirection, and even though Foster made a couple of nice hits, they just continued to move the ball down the field, stay in short yardage situations, and punch it in. And that's a heck of a series there for the defenders.
Let's go. Ace right, Zach. 72 squirrel. F shoot. I'm on ready.
You can see the numbers. It clearly favors going for 2. Coming into this game, both going for 1 and going for 2. 9 for 12, 75%. May as well get the extra point, right?
Ready. Take go.
Into the shadows, and it falls incomplete. It was intended for Kiki Kuti, but no go. So each team has scored. Darius Hagan's first touchdown of the year for the defenders, and we're all tied. Getting late in the first quarter. Well, the UFL is a combination of the old XFL and the USFL, and so the conferences are broken down that way. San Antonio, Arlington, St. Louis, and DC represent the XFL conference. Meanwhile, in the USFL conference, it's Michigan, Memphis, Birmingham, and Houston. So this is an inter-conference matchup with the DC Defenders hosting the Houston Roughnecks, and right now, it is all even. Each team has scored a touchdown. Both teams failed to get the 2-point conversion. And so we're tied at 6-6. Jordan Ta'amu and this defender offense getting the first touchdown of the season just moments ago. And so we'll get a chance to see what Houston can do if they can respond. Anthony Ratliff-Williams, the man back deep for Houston. Crosses the 30 out near the 40-yard line. And so the Roughnecks will start with very good field position following the touchdown from Jordan Ta'amu and the defenders, Devin.
Hey, Jordan, this week when we were on the calls, we had a few things we talked about, and there were some non-negotiables. Finish in the red zone and use your legs to help the run and the pass game. What did you see on that drive that helped you be so successful?
Just kind of basic play callings, taking what they give me, and, being smart with the ball and just being disciplined as an offense.
Could you feel the defense kind of getting tired when you get into that up-tempo kind of offense?
Oh, yeah, we felt it. We practiced it all week and showed out there.
All right, good luck the rest of the game.
Thank you.
All right, the change of tempo seemed to really benefit them, and Houston now going fairly quickly. Nice pass out to Tyon Evans on first down, and a big gain for the Roughnecks. Give him 14.
12F stutter.
We got gun. We got gun. 12F stutter already.
Let's try the toss next, huh?
Ready! 180! What's that?
Bunch left, toss 39 Gator, kill 34 weak. Bunch left, toss 39 Gator, kill 34 weak.
Toss 39 Gator, kill 34 weak. Going ready.
So they're trying to toss this ball to the left. If he gets a heavy overhang defender, he's going to kill it and run to the right. He's going to keep it on.
Hey, kill.
Nope, here he goes. He's going to kill it. So he didn't like this defender up there, and so now we're going to come back and run right here.
You have figured out this Houston offense here, Joe. At least the code for it.
The offense is the universal language, Kurt, right?
That's it for the first quarter. Cornelder got it started with that big 98-yard touchdown return. The defenders have answered. We're all even.
The beer snake has taken on a life of its own there in D.C.
Our fans stack these plastic cups into a snake formation up to the top. A lot of the times it's already completed before halftime.
I played in Rose Bowls, I played in national championships. The beer snake is one of the craziest things that I've ever been a part of.
The more cups that are stacked, the more energy the fans get, and gets us more hype to put on a show.
That's officially what we call it, more energy. That's what it is, energy.
That's right.
Yeah, energy in a cup.
Yeah, that's right.
The beer snake just getting started here in D.C. That is one of the cool things when you watch Spring League football. They've been doing in the XFL, and they get it all the way to the top of the stadium. They made a name for themselves, the fans there, as we get a little motion here by the Houston offense, making 3rd and 10 even longer.
False start on 80 prior to anything.
80? False start offense? Okay. Prior to the snap, false start offense, number 80. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
That's a second penalty on the tight end, Brandon Bowman, already.
Yeah, and Bowman got hit with a hold earlier, and now this makes it a really long 3rd down opportunity, and this is not where you want to be with Greg Williams. You know, Greg Williams now has an opportunity as a defensive play caller to go wherever he wants. He can play coverage, he can call a blitz. It looks like right now he's going to play coverage here on a long yardage 3rd down and 15.
It's 153. Come block the hole. Go block 57. Here we go. 180.
Garantano giving a lot of instruction. Here comes the pressure. He gets it off, and it goes right in and out of the hands of Kiki Chisholm. He's lucky that wasn't returned the other way.
It was interesting because he's trying to tell his back. This is Tyon Evans. He's trying to tell his back, like, hey, I want you to go block 57. He's not talking about in protection. He's talking about in the over route, so that you get that guy blocked, and then you can run down that left side. But the problem is that the ball is behind Kiki Chisholm, and he is unable to go back and catch that ball.
All right, Kiki Chisholm drops that one. Kiki Cootie back to return this one. And he lets it sail over his head into the end zone for a touchback. They'll bring it back out to the 25-yard line. Well, last week, Reuben Foster reminded everybody just who he is.
Well, I think he's got a chance to be the best defender in the league. He's explosive. We've talked about it with Devin already. He arrives with bad intentions. He's a physical player, and already early today, he has made his presence felt. He is so aggressive and downhill. Look at him there in the backfield. That was a 3rd and short. He gets through the line of scrimmage. This is a big hit just short of the goal line. So he's being physical, but what DC is trying to do, and Devin, you know that offensive players love to do this, and in particular at quarterback, use their aggressiveness against them, and that's what DC started to do in their last series when they drove down for a touchdown.
Ready?
Absolutely. Jordan talked at length about how aggressive they are, and they're going to make some plays, but then they can take advantage on those other ones.
This is Darius Higgins, the running back, spinning his way out to about the 32-yard line before Keontae Shad made the tackle.
Well, here's Foster again as we take a look at how fast he gets downhill. Here he is right there in the middle of your screen. Watch how fast he diagnoses. He's moving immediately. He's reading the offensive lineman, and in particular the guard. And as soon as the guard steps to his right, Foster's going to step to his left and try to beat him to the spot. And you see how he got under the offensive lineman to the ball side? That's exactly what you're trying to do as a defender.
Ta'amu flushed up and wisely throws that one away.
Devin, let's just put it this way. I wouldn't want to see number 10 on the opposite side.
No chance. No chance I would want to see that. And the thing is, last year, remember, he dealt with some injury, and this year he's a lot more fresh. He looks faster, and it's because he's playing with his brain even more than he ever has. The more football you play, Joe, you know you become a smarter and smarter football player, and he was already pretty smart to begin with, and now you add some of that knowledge, and he can even play faster than he did a year ago.
He looks leaner as well.
Ready. Check go.
Stays put on third down. And got right in the way of that pass intended for Kiki Kuti. That man is everywhere.
Yeah, he sure is. And again, it's his ability to diagnose. But then once you diagnose, do you have the speed to get where you need to be? So he's right now what I would call a free defender. So look, he's just reading, and now he sees the route take off in front of him, and he just collapses on it, and he gets in front of it. What I love about his game is that he's always playing with proper leverage. He beats the offensive lineman to the spot. He gets in front of the intended wide receiver in order to bat down the ball. He doesn't stand behind blockers or pass catchers and allowing them to catch the ball or make the block. That's a beautiful job.
Justin Hall takes the fair catch at the 24-yard line, and so Houston will take over from there. Reuben Foster and the defense of the Roughnecks doing their job in D.C. Well, Houston quarterback Jerry Garantano went into the tent during the last break. This may be why he took a big hit on his last throw. Well, Houston quarterback Jerry Garantano went in D.C. Well, Houston quarterback Jerry Garantano went into the tent during the last break. This may be why he took a big hit on his last throw from Malik Fisher and got up holding his back. So he is in the tent being examined. Devin will get some information about that. In the meantime, their backup quarterback Reed Sinnott now in.
Yeah, and he threw a pass last week. He also took a sack. That was in the third quarter of that game. Played at the University of San Diego in college. He was a finalist for the Walter Payton Award as a senior, his only year as a starter. Last year was with San Antonio in the XFL, and Garantano does not look like he is moving well. So this might be Reed Sinnott's game the rest of the way.
He hands it off here on first down to TJ Pledger. And I'll tell you what, if you've ever seen anybody with back issues, the way Garantano was walking there, he doesn't look like he's ready to play football anytime soon.
No, back issues are no joke. And in particular, you get something that tightens up or you get an injury in the back, and anyone will tell you it's just hard to do anything. Breathe, walk, sit.
Wish him well. Set it now in. No gain on the first play. Handing it off to Pledger again. TJ Pledger going to fight his way forward. Give him 4 yards on the pickup. Deontay Anderson, the first guy to hit him. Devin?
Yeah, guys, I just talked to the training staff, and as gingerly as he was walking, and we all know that low back pain type of walk, they said he would be good to go. He's going to continue to stretch it out, and he should be good for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it doesn't look definitely doesn't look good.
Good to go when it's someone else's body. That doesn't look like what that was.
That's exactly right. Devin, I want you to go back to that trainer and be like, how's your back feel?
All right, here's Reed Sinnott, first pass attempt on third down. Gets it off, finds a man open, and it's good enough for plenty. Emmanuel Butler with the big run after the catch, and the Houston Roughnecks move the chains, this time on a big play from Sinnott.
And a beautiful job by Sinnott of just keeping this play alive, and he stays alive in the pocket enough to find his wide receiver Butler down the field, and you can see the conflict that DC is in there. Is the quarterback going to be a runner, or is he going to stay a passer? He stays a passer, and Butler comes wide open across the middle. That's a big play for Houston there, and really their best offensive snap of the day.
Yeah, 27 yards, biggest gain for any either offense. Here, TJ Pledger fighting. Yeah, a little ankle grabbing as well while we're down there.
You know, a guy that they need to get involved is Justin Hall, number 11. Kurt, we saw him last year. He was one of the better receivers in the USFL last year for the Gamblers. 47 catches, that was top 5 in the league. He was top 5 in yards. He had 4 touchdowns, and he is a big play guy. He led them last year. They need to find a way. Only 1 catch last week. He doesn't have a catch today. They need to find a way to get 11 the ball.
Garen mentioned to us this week, he thinks he's the best player with the ball in his hand on the team. And a little dump pass to Pledger, not fooling the defenders at all. Joe Wallace with the stop, and here we go with 3rd down again.
And unfortunately, it's another one of these 3rd and long situations.
Back in there. To get there,
I believe that I heard them, Eric Price, the OC, called a halfback option. So Kirk Merritt, who had 4 catches, watch him out of the backfield on a 2-way go.
And Merritt was a receiver in college, so can do a little bit of everything. Trying to convert to running back. And they go in that direction, but it's not even close.
This DC defense is just deep. They are very good. They apply a lot of pressure both with their play calls and with their personnel. Davin Bellamy up front, Trent Harris up front, number 33. These guys were all XFL players a year ago. Harris had 9.5 sacks, led the league. They know how to get after the quarterback, create negative plays, and we're seeing that play out today.
Nice wander with the boot. Goody, fair catch at the 13-yard line, and the defenders will take over from there. It's a beautiful day in our nation's capital, and any day is a great day for football. We got it for you, UFL style. Well, Jerry Garantano heading to the locker room, and I know the training staff said he's good to go and not to make light of it, but that certainly does not look like he is ready to play football anytime soon, if at all, the rest of today.
Yeah, and Kurt, but
72 all Gators. I'm ready.
Again, as anyone that's had a back injury or problem knows, you know, it can feel,
Here we go.
You know,
Second.
Okay initially, and then as you tighten up, as you sit down, it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, just tighter and tighter and tighter. Kiki Kuti with the catch. Let's listen in on this DC offense.
Yellow, Z Cleveland. Yellow, Z Cleveland.
Yellow, Z Cleveland. Take one. Here we go. Ready. Set go.
On 2nd and 4, hit as he throws, and that one comes out. No signal yet. Pressure coming from Raheem Bingham. And they're calling it a pass. It will be incomplete.
Yeah, I didn't hear a whistle initially. It looked like the on-field officials kind of let it play out, but I felt like his arm was moving forward, Kurt, just like you did, as Samu was trying to get that ball out. And Raheem Bingham, good rush around that right side of the defense, left side of the offense, as Tamu was trying to throw just a little curl flat combination over to his right side. There we go right there. You can see his hand starting to move forward with possession.
Ready. Set go. Ready. Set go.
34. Overthrows his man in the middle of the field. Incomplete, intended for Kelvin Harmon. And just like that, 3 and out for DC.
It's Garantano.
Garantano, yeah, he can't even make it to the locker room.
My goodness. Let's hope he's okay.
Meanwhile, Paxton Brooks comes on to punt it away. Justin Hall back deep for Houston. Keep an eye on Garantano. Hall with the return finds a seam, but he closes up rather quickly. Looked like he had a little running room, but Francis Bernard got there and shut down quickly. Reed Sennett, it's his game for a while. Today's game is sponsored by Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Miller Lite, tastes like Miller time.
Hey, let's go a little under the helmet here. Hardcore football. Let's take a look at this DC defense and take a look at their pressure sequence. And what you're going to see here from DC's defense is that they are always twisting. Okay, so they're only bringing one linebacker, but you see he's twisting around the defensive tackle. It happens here again on this next snap. They're only rushing 5, but they're twisting. Here's what that does. As an offense, a quarterback thinks he's protected. I can account for all of those players within the pass protection, but when you confuse the offensive line by taking defensive linemen across their face, looping a linebacker around and still getting pressure, the quarterback doesn't have anywhere to go with the ball hot. He can't throw it right away because you've got too many defensive backs out there. That's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to play a Greg Williams defense.
And now he'll get to dial it up against the backup quarterback. Reed Sennett still in there. Justin Hall with the reception.
Pay attention. BB single. BB single press. BB single press.
I would imagine this is going to be one of those single backer pressures. He's pressing on the outside. He's got pressure coverage, and then one of these linebackers will add to the rush to create a 5-man rush.
You bring more pressure with the backup quarterback?
Absolutely, and I would try to be as exotic as I can with the looks of coverage.
Sennett up top, and just under through Ratliff Williams, and it falls silently incomplete.
Now come on! Ruby, ram single press. Ram single press. Ram single press.
Again, he's doing the same thing. No, he doesn't need the mic. He's pressing on the outside, so he wants to play tight coverage. There's all the defensive backs. They're all in tight coverage. You see, here's a press. You got to press up here. You got to press up here. And then he's going to add one backer in a blitz.
They come out of the backfield. Merritt, and he gets the first down. They beat the coverage.
Beautiful play call here from Houston, because what do you need to do against man coverage? Well, you've got to get outside and you've got to beat the man defender across the defense, and they were able to do that with the running back. Sennett knows where he wants to go with the ball. He goes right to Merritt immediately, who has out-leveraged the linebacker for a first down.
They pick up 16 yards on 3rd and 3. That's 2 nice third down conversions we've seen from Sennett. In DC territory, Merritt hitting the backfield. Couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. T.J. Barnes, the first man there.
All right, here we go. Pay attention. Shell, banana single. Shell, banana single. Shell. Hey, make sure everybody knows the call. Make sure the back end knows it's shell, banana single.
Okay, so they're bringing another single backer pressure, but this time they're going to bring it out of what's called a shell defense out in the back. So these 2 safeties are going to stay in more of an umbrella in the back.
Sennett, quick pass, Hall. And he gets the first down. And there's the guy you mentioned earlier they hadn't used enough. That's his second catch now.
And a great pre-snap read right here. See, Sennett is watching this safety, and he knows that if the safety goes to a single safety look, then he can have an inside go with his slot receiver. That's Justin Hall, who we talked about. Kurt, you're exactly right. He gets that inside little slant, and it's an easy completion.
Pickup of 12. Merritt looking for room, gets it outside, and spins his way for a pickup for Deontay Anderson with the stop. Gain of 5.
Here we go. Automatic front, 51Y. Automatic front, 51Y. It's 11 personnel. 11 personnel. The hybrid tight end's in for Santos.
11 means one back, one tight end. Now the back is going to be emptied out, so it's 5 free releases for the offense.
Pump fake by Sennett, and there's Hall, and he drops this one.
Dash! 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 Dash, dash, dash. Bear single press. Bear single press.
Now, bear, as I know it, means that you're covering up the center and both guards with your 3 down linemen right in the middle there. So we'll see if they nose up. They are. So now you're covering the guard and you're covering the center, and now you're going to add one backer to the pressure. This is tough to protect right here.
And Merritt drops this one out of the backfield. Back-to-back drops, 4 so far for this Houston offense.
I tell you, both of those should have been caught. First by Justin Hall on 2nd down, Kurt. He was wide open, drops the ball. Now Merritt, they've got it again. They've got the man coverage that they want and expect, and Merritt lets it hit him right in the face mask. He's got the step on Gardner, number 6. He's probably going to get to the line to gain, and now they're going to have to settle for a field goal.
J.J. Molson, 2 for 2 last week, will attempt this one from 51 yards away. And yes, for all of you thinking about the beer snake and Molson, it all goes together. 8th generation of the Molson Brewery family from Canada. And I think we got a timeout beforehand.
Part of the snap.
We get the
2-minute
warning. 2-minute warning, so the kick will not count. And instead, we'll take a break. And Mr. Molson will have himself a cold one before we get back. Water, ice water. Well, Reed Sennett's come off the bench for the Houston Roughnecks after their quarterback, Jarrett Garantano, left the field with a back injury, and he's put them in position to take the lead here. He's actually played fairly well, I think, here, Joel.
Well, the rhythm on this series, it was their best of the day here, but Molson needs to hit this one so they can feel good about this drive, getting points.
51-yard attempt. It is down, up, and through. And so J.J. Molson gives the Roughnecks the lead, 9-6, just inside the 2-minute warning. Let's check in with Devin.
Coach, we heard a bunch of bananas and shells and singles. Talk about what happened and what worked for you on that last drive.
But you listen to that, and I hope Jeff Fisher is watching, because Jeff Fisher came up back in the mid-90s and with bananas, and I've had that one in there all the time on screen alert type things, but how we go ahead and do that. But our guys are doing a really good job. The biggest thing when we hear us shell and you hear us do some of the things is that we're making sure that the quarterback and the offense has to make a decision about what we're in post-snap, not pre-snap. So we changed the pre-snap disguise.
So we heard you go into that bare front, and Joel explained it, cover that guard, the center, and the other guard. What makes you do that, and why is it so difficult to block?
Buddy Ryan. And I was his assistant a long time ago. And Rex and Rob, I love them to death, but nobody plays more bare front than me, because I learned it from Buddy Ryan. Okay, and so yeah, we'll be doing all that, and as you know, it changes the protection, and it also changes the run gaps that those offensive linemen have to block.
I just learned something new. Thanks, Coach.
All right, you bet.
Well, you heard Greg mention Buddy Ryan. He mentioned Jeff Fisher. Here's a guy who's well-traveled in the circles of the National Football League. Defensive coordinator in 7 different stops. Longtime linebacker coach in a lot of places as well. More than 30 years in the NFL. Now applying his trade in the XFL last season and the UFL now. You know, as a matter of fact, the Houston Roughnecks head coach Curtis Johnson and Greg Williams were on that defensive staff that won the Super Bowl with the Saints back in 2010.
Well, that team got their start really in 06 when Curtis Johnson and Sean Payton arrived in New Orleans. You know, Drew Brees arrived in New Orleans. They had that great year, came up short in the playoffs, and then they just built and built and built until they were able to get the job done and actually win the Super Bowl. Quick story about Curtis Johnson. His first rookie minicamp as a coach for the New Orleans Saints as a wide receiver coach, I was actually in that minicamp as a rookie quarterback. and Marcus Colson was a wide receiver that had just been drafted by the Saints, and they're having me throw routes to him out there, and Sean Payton keeps telling me, like, hey, throw it out in front of him a little bit. No, now go to the back shoulder, and okay, lead him out and have him dive for this one. I thought, guys, they were impressed with the fact that I could throw the ball accurately, like wherever they were at. They were really just marveling at Marcus Colson on the outside, and what a steal they got late in the draft with him as a wide receiver.
Hey, you served your purpose. There's a big pass to Amu. Over the middle of the field is Chris Rowland. Big gain for the defenders inside a minute and a half, and they're trying to get the lead.
Yeah, and the middle of the field just opened wide open, and Rowland was perfect right down the seam. Ta'amu found him, and this is a guy that's highly productive out of his college at Tennessee State.
44 yards, longest play of the season for them. Dipped in the air and caught. Rowland stuck with it. He hasn't been touched down, is what his teammates are saying. No call by the official. I didn't see anybody touch him when he went down.
Well, once he was down on the ground, I don't think he was touched. Maybe he did get touched with his left knee on the ground. Javon Hicks comes in, number 12, and watch Hicks's left hand, and he just touches him right there on his backside, and that left knee was down. I do believe he was down with contact, and that one should be brought back to about the 12-yard line, which it looks like it will be.
Yeah, Dean Blandino tell us that they are saying that he was down, that he was touched down.
We're not going to. They killed the play. They killed the play.
Right, tight, yellow. Wide mesh. I want ready.
We got a yard line.
Here we go. Let's go. Cross running. Let's go. Hurry. You got to shoot.
Yep, touch right there. You can see, all right?
Take go.
So from the 12. And he sacked his Ta'amu. Ethan Westbrooks. And all of a sudden, what looks so promising, slowing down. DC calling the timeout. Keep in mind the progressive halftime comes your way in just a bit. 41 seconds on the game clock. We'll get you inside the locker rooms and tell you about what has been an exciting week 2 all around the UFL. As a matter of fact, the 3 games before this one all went down to the final possession.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, you know, with the clock rules in the UFL, which I really like, Kurt, you know, you're not going to have as many possessions as you would in the National Football League or in college football in particular. And so you really have to capitalize when you're able to drive down the field. Like, for example, DC has, I think, kind of dominated the game, right? Houston had the pick 6. But other than that, DC has dominated the game. They're leading in total yardage. They're leading in a lot of different categories. And yet here they are down with just a few seconds left before halftime. This is where you've got to convert. They did not do that a week ago in the red zone. Now they've got to capitalize on these solid drives that they've had.
Ta'amu up top. One-handed. It's caught. Was he in bounds? Yes, touchdown, defenders. Bradley Moore, the tight end, with the spectacular grab.
That's as good of a catch as you will ever see. Let's see if he gets possession and gets these 2 feet down a body part, perhaps. Left hand goes up, beautiful job, kind of tips it back to himself. Here is he going to go, and he's tipping it back to himself, and now is he going to control with that knee down? It does look like that left knee is down. So if he does establish control of that football, we'll have a knee down, and that would be a touchdown for the defenders. That is something special right there.
That's a great
look. In the U.S.
right
Army
there.
Command Center, here's Dean Blandino.
Clear.
Okay. Got it. We're clear. Thank you, Dean. Go ahead, Ron.
Well, it was nice and quick. Dean saw what we all saw clearly. Didn't take him long to review that one, and the touchdown will stand. Defenders decided to go for 2. Well,
let's go to him.
Maybe.
Challenge flag, say again. You're challenging.
Yeah, I'm challenging.
You're challenging. You only had 1 foot down,
yes.
So it's not a catch.
It's not a catch.
Dean, you hear that? We've got a challenge by Houston.
Whoa, Curtis Johnson using his super challenge. One challenge the coaches get for the entire game. They can challenge anything, and he's deciding
control, so he's going to lose his challenge.
to challenge whether or not he got. Yeah, they've already ruled on it. It makes no sense.
You'll lose the challenge. Okay. You're challenging anyhow? No challenge. That's what I thought. Okay, thank you, Coach. All right, we're good. We're clear.
There you go.
All right, and he's talked out of it, and correctly so, because these are reviewed and confirmed, with which we heard from Dean. There's control. There's a knee down. Yes, he didn't have a second foot, but the knee, the body part, counts for 2 feet, and that's a beautiful catch by Briley Moore. Really good throw, by the way. That's going without being said here. Tom Moo laid that perfectly out on that outside shoulder, and Briley Moore is able to get there, and Chris Wilson, the defensive coordinator, can just shake his head over there. There's nothing you can do when they make a play like that.
And so they'll retain that challenge because they didn't use it. Going for 2. Tamu won't get it. But DC does take the lead. Their first lead of the season. Their second touchdown of the year and the game. And it's a good one. Briley Moore puts the defenders on top in style. 64-yard field goal heard around the world. A fake kick thrown to a center for a 40-yard touchdown. It was exciting week 1, and the Beer Snake has us rolling here in week 2. Thrilling games so far in the UFL. All 3 of the previous games went to final possession. This one pretty good right now as well, as DC is just taking the lead right before half, 12-9 on a beautiful catch by Briley Moore. Anthony Ratliff Williams, and he is stopped. Joel?
Well, I tell you, this is a lot of time. Let's remember, in the UFL, the clock stops if you get a first down inside of 2 minutes of each half. So 32 seconds is a lot of time, in particular when J.J. Molson, their kicker, has already hit a 51-yarder today and hit a 55-yarder a week ago. So this is a situation where you're only a couple of completions away from getting into kicking range if you're Sinnott and this Houston offense. You've got to know that, make sure that the ball is going past the chains, even though they've got all 3 of those timeouts in their back pocket.
And Sinnott has played well since coming in for the injured Garantano. From the 27 on first down, over the middle, tip, and Bowman can't bring that one in. It falls incomplete.
Let's go. Trip shy 52, Miami halfback choice. Trips 52, Miami halfback choice. Trips right. 52, Miami halfback choice. Thinking choice, probably.
Wants him to think this choice route. This is Kirk Merritt. He's the tailback here, so they want Merritt isolated right here on a 2-way go.
Pressure coming. Sinnott gets it out to Merritt, slips a tackle, but couldn't stay on his feet. Still a big gain for the Houston Roughnecks, 14 yards.
And beautiful job of staying on his feet to get the line to gain. Stops the clock with the first down. Now they can use a timeout to talk about things. There's your one-on-one. You're going to get the choice route out of the backfield. He sets him up outside, then goes back into the inside. Sinnott just needed a moment and a beat. He retreated in the pocket and is able to get the ball to Merritt, who had a 4-catch day in the opener last week. And look at them, man. I tell you, you've got to think of it as more of a college 2-minute situation. You know, when you got 37 seconds and 3 timeouts. Kurt and Devin, you know this. That is a ton of time to get into field goal range when you only need about 20 yards.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And Sinnott looks like he's capable of doing it. I mean, he's shown great poise. A guy who sat and watched early in the game, and then he comes in and he's ready. And as you know, it's always that next man up mentality, but they're not always ready. He's been ready.
Yeah, he sure has, and they've established a good rhythm. He's taken what the defense gives him, and now with 2 timeouts in his back pocket, all he has to think to himself is do not take a sack. Everything has to move forward here for Sinnott and this offense. He takes a sack, and they're probably not going to get points.
Here comes the pressure again. Merritt out of the backfield. Good open field tackle made by Hines. And they're forced to timeout again.
So we got 15. So how about probably a Miami halfback choice just to get some yards. Ask him if he wants Miami or Austin.
Let's go trips and see if we can get
trips all go special. Yeah, well, you can look at your time. Look at your time, though.
Yeah, all state. So
all state hinge, and if not hit merit on the option. Go.
Trips right. 22. All go special hinge. Half back to his arm. Green.
Okay, so they're going to all go special. Guys, this is 4 verticals. It's special because you're running it out of a 3-by-1, which means that number 3 receiver, in this case the tight end, is running a diagonal across the field. Okay, so you've got 4 verticals, but then you've also got this halfback choice route right in the middle to dump the ball to. He's got the tight end if he wants him. This over route's going to be there.
Looks left. And throws too high. Incomplete, intended for Emmanuel Butler, and there's a late flag coming out.
Man, Curtis Johnson begged for that flag and got it.
Leo.
Go trips right, 8's right.
Pass interference, defense, number 20. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Includes an automatic first down.
That is a massive penalty, guys, because that puts them in field goal range. Watch this.
Garion Conley.
Yeah, he's a former first rounder, by the way, in 2017. And did he hold him? Yeah, there's no doubt that he grabs him there. But I tell you what, I've never seen anything like that. Curtis Johnson was right in front of the official, and he was begging for that, and he got it. That right shoulder just got grabbed by Conley, and that puts him in field goal range.
That's the first penalty on DC. It couldn't have come at a worse time. And on pass interference, the ball is now at the 37-yard line.
Cannot take a negative play here. They have a timeout. You cannot take a sack.
Quick pass over the middle of the field. Hall makes a move, slipping tackle.
Get down.
Now it's him versus the clock. He gets down, and they get the timeout. Boy, that was one of those plays that you want to get the yardage, but you better get it in the end zone or get down, which they did and got the timeout.
That's exactly right. With about 3 seconds to spare. And like I said right off of the kickoff, boy, with these clock rules, this is what makes it exciting. And Devin, as you know, you go back to your college days for these quarterbacks, 37 seconds, 3 timeouts is an eternity.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it easy. When we're in practice doing 2-minute drill, we never get that much time with all those timeouts.
That's right. That's exactly right. We'll see if Molson can pay it off here.
He's already made one from 51 yards today. This one from 43 yards away. To tie it. And he does. J.J. Molson ends the half with a 43-yard field goal. And we're all even at 12 apiece. Houston and DC each looking to get into the win column for the first time, and Reed Sennett coming in to take over for the injured Garantano has played well for Houston.
Yeah, he sure has, and that rhythm has been established, and Houston's offense has looked much better since number 7 took the helm.
All right, let's check in with Devin Gardner.
Coach, I've listened to you walk up and down the sidelines. Who's going to make a play? Who's going to make a play? And just before that touchdown, you said it one last time in the huddle, and then Briley Moore makes a play. How about that?
Yeah, how about it, right? That's what this game is all about, right? We can draw up all the fancy plays and all the fancy designs, but it's about them bringing it and bringing it to light. And Briley did that. We needed a big play at that time, and he went out and made one for us.
This Roughnecks offense finds a way to drive down the field and tie the game up. What's the conversation like at halftime?
Yeah, this is pro ball, right? I mean, they're going to compete, right? Those guys got really good players. They did a good job of driving down just now. We get the ball back in the second half, so we're excited about our offense coming out and getting off to a good start, right? We've been a little sluggish early on, but looking forward to the guys coming out and making something happen.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Reggie Barlow and DC all even with Houston. Right now it's time for our Big Pods move of the day. The big move brought to you by Big Pods, and it's a big catch. Briley Moore with a 20-yard touchdown to put DC in front. What a grab. One-handed, and he stayed inbound. That's our big move brought to you by Big Pods. We're 2 quarters in to this final game of the second week of the UFL season. We'll get you all caught up as to what has happened elsewhere around the league and get you inside the locker rooms as well after this. Welcome back to the Progressive Halftime Show. 12-12, Houston and DC all even as they head to the locker room and take a quick break before starting the second half. In our nation's capital here in DC, we go down to the sideline with Devin Gardner with one of our country's finest.
Yes, I am down with one of our country's finest. Introduce yourself and tell everyone where you're from.
Hello, I'm Staff Sergeant Chris Kowalewski, and I'm from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
What is it that you do in the Army? What is your position?
So I'm a fife musician in the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. And what I get to do in that organization is really cool. I get to tell the Army's story and preserve the nation's heritage by performing at various events and ceremonies around the country and around the world.
Well, the best performance you can do is service. Why did you answer the call to serve?
So I answered the call because I felt like the Army had a place for me and my individual specific skills and interests. It provided a place where I could use those and hone them and apply them to something much bigger and more valuable than myself, and also grow myself into a better version in the process.
Thank you for your time and thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Back to you, Kurt.
All right, thank you indeed to all who serve and their families. Well, this is the final game. The beer snake gets me every time. Of the second week of the UFL. Earlier this weekend, Memphis hosted San Antonio, and Case Cook has played really well. San Antonio trying to hold on. They get a 4th and 12 play to hold on at the end, but here comes San Antonio. Chase Garber winds up hitting Cody Latimer for the game-winning score. They come back from 19 down to score 20 in the fourth quarter and win it 20-19. Meanwhile, Arlington visited St. Louis. 40,000 fans, a new spring record in attendance for that game in St. Louis. Luis Perez hooking up with Sal Cannella, gave him a 3-point lead. A.J. McCarron hooking up with Aitman, 53-yard touchdown, and St. Louis was back on top. Mateo Duran, another big play, 41 yards up the middle, pushed the ball down to Arlington's 11, and that set up the game winner. Andre Smite, Battlehawks get the win at the end, 27-24 in front of 40,000 plus in St. Louis. Earlier today, the Birmingham Stallions, 2-time champions of the USFL, trying to get off to a 2-0 start in the UFL. But Michigan's E.J. Perry finds Marcus Sims deep touchdown. Panthers go on the board first, and the Stallions have to play from behind. Ricky Person Jr. goes into the end zone. They were up by 10, and that was pretty much it. Although Jake Bates, remember he hit that 64-yarder last week? He nailed a 62-yarder today for Michigan. I think he may have a future. Down 20-13, one last chance. Taco Charlton, the former first-round pick of the Cowboys, ends the game, and the Stallions go to 2-0. I think that Beer State will get a little bit more work during halftime.
Today's UFL on Fox Halftime is presented by Progressive. We have got a tie ball game here in D.C. Houston 12, D.C. 12. A good one from our nation's capital as we finish out the second week of the UFL. Well, it got started early. How about a blocked punt? Mono Sanago, number 55, he's able to block the punt. That was the first possession of the game. D.C. recovers that. They get the ball, and they were able to march it down inside about the 15, but Corn Elder, who is a big play machine at the University of Miami, he comes up with another big play, 98-yard interception return for a TD. So what looked like a great break for DC, a chance to get early points, turns into early points for Houston. DC would settle down, though. Darius Hagans, he comes in. Inactive last week, gets the nod today. He scores a touchdown. Briley Moore with an incredible catch. That one was inside of a minute to go in the half. Just full extension, gets control, the left knee down, and that was a 20-yard touchdown. And DC went up 12-9. Houston would knock a field goal through with 3 seconds to go in the half and tie the ball game up. It's been a pretty evenly played game. DC, I would say, has dominated for the most part. They have more total yards, but the one turnover, it was the pick six. That's why we are in a tie ball game. We have got the kick of the third quarter coming up next. It is a good one brewing here. It's not just the beer snake. It's the game. Houston, DC, tied at 12 when we come back.
He's throwing it up so you can just go up and jump over him. That's what he's doing. He's throwing them all up like that. No, that pump play, man, you catch it, it's gone. And always catch those in your hands because you can move your feet. You catch it with your body, you won't be able to. Good job.
All right, that's Curtis Johnson, head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, who's standing by right now with Devin.
Coach, you found yourself quite the spark with your backup quarterback, Reed Sennett. How impressed are you with what he's been able to do with this time?
You know what, very impressed. He's getting the ball out, he's checking the protections, he's not getting hit. You know, I think we're coming around and doing something pretty good.
How are you guys going to find a way to stop the defenders' offense, who drove down early? Obviously, you guys go get points. How do you stop their offense because they started to find a groove?
Well, I think we got to continue to put pressure on them. A little more pressure, I think, will help us out.
Garantano, your starting quarterback, he's out with a low back. Is he going to be able to finish this game, or is he done for the day?
I think he's done for the day. We'll go back and we'll check him out for next week.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Devin and Coach Johnson. Chris Rowland with the return for DC. And I think if anybody saw Garantano in the first half, probably not surprised the way he had trouble just getting back to the locker room. So Reed Sennett will be the quarterback for Houston the rest of the way. And this guy, Jordan Talbot, has been the guy all along for DC. And you know what? You look at that first half there, Joel, when they went with that quick rhythm that seemed to be the best they played, they got away from it a little bit later.
Yeah, I agree. And at halftime, it gives you a chance to evaluate what went right in the first half and what went wrong. And I thought that when they were using up-tempo and then they were mixing up their first and second down play calls to use misdirection and RPOs, that's when they were in their best rhythm.
Here's Cameron Harris on the first play and barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, if that. Gabe Sewell with the stop.
And that's an example of a nondescript run play on first down. There's one safety back. You cannot block all the run defenders in the run box, and they just turn and hand the football off. It's like resigning yourself to 2nd and 10 with the first down play call.
The end around. That's taken by Kiki Cutie. And Cutie picks up a couple yards out to the 40-yard line. It'll bring a third down.
Well, let's see what they go with here on a third down, trying to stay on the field.
Moving it. Hey, Troy Wright, Alaska. That's good.
Alaska, Troy Wright, Alaska.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ready. Set, go. Hey, easy. Hey. Red. Yellow. Silver. Ready, to go.
A lot of colors there. Deep and overthrown. And so the defenders will start with a 3 and out in the second half.
Well, he has the one-on-one matchup that he likes. There was a few little audibles. That was mostly protection up front to try to make sure that he was going to be protected because he wanted to throw this down the field. Kiki Cutie is in the slot. He's number 81 right there, and he's got the one-on-one, and then he just overthrows him. It's a good route. He's got room on the outside. Tombu's got to put a little bit more air and touch on that ball to give Cutie a chance to run under and catch it.
A little vanilla coming out of the locker room. Low snap. Paxton Brooks able to scoop it up, and with no pressure gets the punt off without a problem. Justin Hall. He gets popped along the sideline. Flag coming out afterwards as well.
Tell you what, Paxton Brooks saved that snap. Did you see that, Kurt? That was rolled back to him, and like a third baseman, he went down and scooped it up. Check this out. This one could have gotten right past him. Watch it, goes all the way down. Look at that.
Kick. 5-yard penalty adds to the end of the play. First down, Houston.
And then he hit a beautiful punt over to the sideline. I mean,
had no pressure on him. Yeah, and with the UFL, you're not allowed to release no one until after the ball is punted. And I think that threw off the timing for a lot of his guys. They get called for going downfield too early.
That's right. They're not going to try to listen for him to kick the ball. They're just counting. For them, it's a count on the outside. 1,000, and then maybe an extra beat, and then they're off. And so they get called downfield.
All right, so Reed Sennett is the man for the rest of the day. 9 of 13 coming in relief in the first half. TJ Pledger. He's wrapped up behind, and you talked about Sennett being a finalist for the Walter Payton, I was going to say Man of the Year, Walter Payton Award as the best player of Division II, but their Heisman.
Flood right, 36 degrees on Friday. Let's get set.
Well, and you've seen a lot of composure for him. Curtis Johnson just talked about him adjusting protections, getting them in the right play, and it has allowed them to really be successful offensively.
Here's Pledger again. An opening and a stiff arm, and TJ Pledger picks up a first down for Houston. Give him 10.
Boy, I love this. Watch this. You're going to have a bunch of big bodies out in front as then Pledger is able to get on the outside. Look at those two big ones pull around. Beautiful block out in the outside. That was number 78, Braylon Jones. He does a good job. And Pledger's patience allowing those blocks to set up, and then he's able to kind of explode right up there through that seam and get some more yards.
Longest run from scrimmage by either team today. Had a couple of big pass plays. Here comes the blitz. Pledger dances his way forward across midfield and keeps on fighting. Yeah, the little man showing a little strength.
Yeah, that's a great run from him. That's a beautiful individual effort because you called the pressure. And Pledger saw it as well, but he's able to make people miss in tight quarters right here. You're going to see the pressure from DC. They add, and then right there, he just avoids that little rush right there. That was Davin Bellamy, number 7, who was kind of coming across the formation. He's able to just slip inside of him and gain positive yards.
Pledger listed at 5'8". There's Merritt going in motion out of the backfield. Instead, it's a quick pass, and it's caught by Kiki Chisholm. And that's good enough for another Roughneck first down.
Well, what I love here that Sennett is doing is he's recognizing pre-snap what the defense is doing. They are not disguising very well. So once this safety is going to go back into the middle, he knows that he can throw this slant backside. You can beat the corner every day of the week, twice on Sunday. Sennett's got a win, and he goes back to Chisholm back there on an easy completion because the safety rolls to a single side.
A gain of 15 to the 34. Sennett throwing on the run, got a man wide open. Once again, Chisholm, touchdown Houston. On the score, first offensive touchdown for Houston today.
Well, this is going to pop wide open here on the right side. Why does it do that? Well, Sennett wants to run, and then right there, as he becomes a runner, you got both defenders right here on the outside for DC bite, and they stop, and Chisholm just walks behind him. He's wide open. The safety is late in his roll, and it's an easy touchdown for Houston. I got to tell you, this has been a clinic from Reed Sennett. Devin mentioned it earlier, being ready to go when your number is called, and he has come out in this ball game, and he has been ready mentally with protections, getting them into the right play, and he has also performed beautifully under pressure, in duress, in the pocket.
And putting points up. His last 2 possessions, a field goal, a touchdown, and now they'll go for 2. Sidearm, Merritt wrapped up right away, and Thula Kelly gets the stop, but Reed Sennett still looking good. The touchdown pass to Kiki Chisholm, and the Roughnecks are on top. And that was the today's game flow brought to you by Progressive. Well, the DC Defenders trying to come up with some type of game plan. They've been trailing most or tied for most of this game with Houston. Starting the second half with a 3 and out. Well, Houston came out, ran 5 plays, and got a touchdown. Reed said it has been a difference maker since coming in for the injured Garantano. And here to get things started is Chris Rowland for DC. But let's get it down to the sideline where Sennett is standing by with Devin.
Yeah, Sennett is the man of the hour. He's the most poised person in this building, and he's going to take us through that last drive, a few of those key plays.
Well, EP and I drew this one up this week, so this is a man team. So we're sending the running back away. They chase, and now we've opened up a big hole to throw Kiki a slant. That's a big gain on a pretty simple route. Getting number 3 some more touches is helping us win some football games. So you can see it from this side as we motion 22, 57 chases. Now there's a big hole to throw it over there. Kiki gets some yak after it. Then we're trying to do some tempo, make him see everything. Just give Kiki a simple route, and he's playing football here. Nobody covers him. He just goes off schedule, and he makes everything happen after that. Touchdown. It's always nice to do an easy one like that.
Absolutely. So what we're seeing from you is ultimate poise, eyes where they need to be, and using the defense against themselves and getting your eyes in the throw where you need to go. How are you playing this game so calm?
I mean, I think it's experience. It's, you know, I was lucky to play with great players in the NFL, and I think that's what I've been able to bring to the table when I'm on the field is playing with poise, keeping everybody on the same page, helping everybody understand what they're seeing, and coordinating with Eric Price up top, making sure we're on the same page, and I think that's what happens, you know.
Keep drawing those plays.
Yeah, I'm going to keep drawing them. Trust me. I got a notebook full of them. Hopefully we'll get some more next week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll ask you both, Devin and Joel, when have you heard of a backup quarterback say that he and the offensive coordinator were drawing up plays during the week?
I mean, I love it. Although, as a starter, I would think that that's some sort of like insubordination.
Well, I was thinking he was engaged. I was thinking it was a compliment. Tom overthrows everybody there.
Devin, what's fascinating to me about this is that what we've seen here after basically the first quarter is that DC has completely abandoned what established their rhythm, their sequence, their play calling sequence on first and second down. Meanwhile, Houston has found their sequencing that is working. Houston constantly gaining yards on first down, staying on schedule. It helps them get away from facing those pressures from Greg Williams. Meanwhile, DC is in 3rd and long now, it seems like every series.
Ball falls forward, and it's time for the Reed Sennett Show. He's taking over and making a name. He's got Houston in the lead. Today's game is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. Oh, look, I know the University of Iowa women's team lost to South Carolina. Congratulations to the Gamecock women. Finished their season unbeaten, 38-0. But Reed Sennett grew up in the state of Iowa and maybe making people feel a little bit better there for a little while in Hawkeye State.
I was going to say, he's come in and played really well. And part of that has been what they've been able to do on first down. You know, everyone will look to third down, but really it's about first down. And when you look at their offense on first down since he came in the game, 11 plays, 67 yards, they're averaging over 6 yards per play on first down. That is setting them up for success, and more importantly, it's keeping them away from the aggressive nature of Greg Williams' defensive play calls until now. Sack fumble!
And the ball is out. DC got it. Well, it's still out. And it looked like Houston may have fallen on it. Let's see who they spot down first. Braden Bowman's the last guy to wind up with the ball.
Have any possession by the defense? Okay. Ruling is a fumble recovered by the offense with no possession, 2nd down.
Wow.
Missed opportunity for DC.
Yes, it was, because this rush showed up in a hurry. They finally get the pressure that they have desperately needed, and they get it right in the face of Sennett. There's Derek Robertson, and he comes in, played his college ball at Sam Houston, and now it's, you know, stumbling and bumbling and fumbling around the field, and nobody can seem to get this football. They say that no one recovered it, and finally Houston is able to stay on the field offensively, and they recover that ball.
Never been happier about a 12-yard loss. Here's Justin Hall as they try to work him into the offense. They've been doing that towards the end of the second half, just getting the ball in his hands because he's dangerous.
Yeah, and listen, he's the guy that they need to get the ball to. However, in this scenario, this is when, as a quarterback, you really have to be smart. Okay, I know it seems like a nondescript 3rd and long, 7.5 left in the 3rd. But think about how well Houston's defense, guys, has played over the last few series. The last thing you want to do is give DC momentum with a turnover. A punt is not a bad play here if you're Reed Sinnett.
3rd and 17. With time, he's hit. Lofts that one up. And it's out of bounds, incomplete. Michael Joseph back there in the coverage. I think he was going for Anthony Ratliff-Williams, and got a lot of air underneath, but he was facing a little bit of pressure. Looked like he had time early, but he closed quickly.
Yeah, I tell you, it looked like he almost came down with this ball. Boy, that was close. Just didn't survive the ground. A beautiful effort by Michael Joseph. Kind of has it in that right arm and then pops loose once he hit the ground.
So DC's defense forces a 3-and-out for Houston. Kiki Cutie. Forced out just across the 4-yard line. And Jordan Ta'amu and this DC offense will try to get anything going here as they find themselves down by 6.
Take a look at a little hardcore football with this DC offense. Earlier in the game, this is when they established a good, clean, and solid rhythm. And it started with the decision-making of the quarterback. First in RPO here. He can hand it off or he can throw it. The linebackers vacate. He throws the ball right behind him. It's a beautiful first down play. What do? They come back with another RPO. You can hand it off, or, hey, if you're open on the outside with a one-on-one, you get the ball. Now you're getting the eyes of the defense all the way around, and now you can pull extra linemen and get to one of those tank runs that get the ball onto the outside just off the tackle and get some positive yards. What we have seen from DC since is not a lot of those option-style plays for Jordan Ta'amu.
Here's Darius Higgins on first down. Big run will move the chains, and that's the longest run for DC here in the ball game.
Think of it this way, and Devin, I'd love your thoughts on this as well. As a play caller, if I'm a quarterback, I want my play caller's best stuff, most creative stuff on first down, because I know that first down success is going to allow me to have third down success.
100%. I never understood why you save things and give your bad plays on first down, because now you're not on schedule any longer, right? You're behind the chains, and you just don't want to play from that vantage point.
Riley Moore going nowhere on that one. Here's second.
Right. Spread right. 11-11. Spread right. Spread right. Red. Miami whip. Red. Miami whip.
Miami whip. Red. Why Miami whip? Oh, wait. Hey, Z Miami whip. Z. Yeah. No, protect. Red. No, red. Watch this guy. Maybe we'll go out. Ready. Set, go.
Quick pass thrown incomplete behind Rowland.
Hey, pony. You leave Chris in here. Let's go. Get one backs out. Sonic, red, Z cross. Sonic, and pony right. Sonic, red, Z cross.
Here we go. Let's go. Get set. Yeah, back. Ready. Set, go.
Ta'amu through the hands, incomplete of Kiki Kuti. And they got a first down on the first play, so this won't be a 3 and out. But this really feels like more of the same here, Joe.
Well, it does, although this one, he's wide open. Watch Cutie as he's going to get over the linebacker in the middle of the defense right here. They're going to play a little bit of a man coverage look. That is a beautiful throw. It's a layered pass over the linebacker in front of the safety. Beautifully thrown from Ta'amu. That has got to be caught if you're Kiki Cutie from Texas Tech. It's a perfect execution from the quarterback. Cutie's got to catch that ball.
But it winds up being another punting situation for DC instead. Brooks. And Hall makes the fair catch right at his own 10-yard line. Well, reset it. Going back to work.
Welcome back. And earlier we spoke with Sergeant Kowalewski. Now introduce yourself and tell the people where you're from.
I'm Private First Class Samantha Mitchell, and I'm from Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida.
What do you do in the Army?
I'm a paralegal specialist at the Old Guard. I protect the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and I ensure that the law in the military is protected and understood.
What was it about the Army that called you to serve?
It's a tradition, so I'm the third generation to serve my country, and if I'm 100% honest, I just wanted to make my mama proud. I graduated high school and I wasn't sure what to do next, and I just wanted to make her proud one way or another, and since I've joined this military, I've become all that I can be, and I've become a better leader. So,
don't we all just want to make our mama proud? Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you.
And Devin, now Samantha makes us all proud. You know?
I'm into that, brother.
Right, I know, it's amazing.
Quick pass here on first down from send it out to Hall.
That last drive didn't go their way, but up until that, Kurt Sinnott has really provided some tremendous rhythm and effectiveness here for Houston. And you can see that they've been able to throw it, they've been able to run it. They've got now 191 yards total on the game. They have totally changed the complexion of this game that was dominated early by DC.
And they put up points on 3 of the last 4 possessions. Anthony Ratliff-Williams, the intended receiver. Good coverage there by Gary and Conley. Let's see what they do on 3rd and 4. I think Sinnott may have lost his microphone, but we'll see visually what he does. The old school way, right?
Better snap it.
He just got it off in time. Over the middle, he's got a man. That's the running back, Merritt. And Kirk Merritt, the former wide receiver, takes it. He's tackled and the ball comes out. DC recovers for Rod Gardner going back the other way now. What a quick turn of events. DeAndre Baker, the former first-round pick of the New York Giants, knocked that out and prevented what looked for a moment like a sure touchdown by Houston.
And Merritt is still down. Kirk Merritt ran an unbelievable route here, first of all. He's going to kind of run here and then back to the inside, and he beats the man coverage. The throw from Sinnott is fantastic. This is a tight window throw. He splits the defenders, and Merritt, great cut, and now he is headed down the field, and Gardner is going to be right place, right time as Merritt goes down. He hurts his wrist. That's why he's hurt, is because when he fell down, he put that right hand behind him when the ball popped up. Gardner is able to be right place, right time. He recovers the fumble. The injury doesn't take place on the strip, but watch, Merritt tries to put his hand back down there, and that's when he starts reaching for that wrist almost immediately. That is great hustle right there. And I don't think Merritt had any idea that Baker was bearing down on him. The first rounder from 2019 for the New York Giants. He was the 30th pick, I believe, in that draft.
Yes.
Out of Georgia. And he hustled down to force that turnover.
A big play. This defender's defense needed it. Well, the medical staff is still out there on the field checking out Kirk Merritt. We saw he injured that wrist, and it looks like they're bringing out an air cast. Don't want to speculate, but they brought the card out as well. So while they work on him, let's talk to one of the guys who made the big play on defense for the Defenders with Devin Gardner. Gardner on Gardner?
Yeah, absolutely. Joel and Kurt, I bet you didn't know I had a cousin on the field. How did it feel making that play? You got the assist from Baker over there. How'd you make this play?
Just a lot of effort, man. We just go out there, 11 guys to the ball, showing the ball. No matter what happens, we got to go out there and play hard. Seeing him trying to get away, went to go chase him down. My boy Baker made a great play, punched the ball out. I got it in my hands. I tried to make something happen.
All right, you're my cousin, so get out the way. We already good. Now, let's talk about the man that made the play. Chasing a guy down like that, that type of effort just doesn't come around very often. How'd you know you had the speed to get him? Because I thought he was gone.
I know. I just trust my speed. I see my boy Farrar right there, so I'm like, let me try to get the ball out to make a play. Just made a play, man. Hustling to the ball. That's what we practice in practice. Translated on the Sunday.
You want to be my cousin, too?
Yeah. Your cousin making plays.
That's right. My cousin's making plays, guys. My cousin's making plays. Back to you.
Hey, everybody who makes a play is a relative, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, listen, Devin, if that sport coat is looking clean, all of us want to be your cousin when you're dressing so clean like that down there.
Well, Joel, I appreciate that. You know, I was waiting on you to notice it. It was especially for you, honestly.
Well, I was a little hard on you last year. You were wearing some atrocious shoes, and now look at you. Look at you now, all grown up. You're looking good, man.
Wait, how about my shoes? My shoes today, I feel like I put it together very nicely.
You did.
Man.
You look amazing. You're looking clean.
It's because my cousins were in this game, and I knew they would make a play. You know.
I love it. You're doing
that's a play
job,
that DC needed, man, I tell you. Because their offense has been, I don't think even sporadic. I think that would be beneficial. It's been woeful here throughout most of this game.
Yeah, well, outside of that first quarter, you know, they had the nice touchdown drive. To me, it comes down to first down. And now you got to capitalize on what the defense has provided, right? A little bit of a spark here, and it starts on first down.
See if this changes the rhythm. Thomas throws, falling forward in Kevin Harmon. Makes the catch.
Yeah, looks like
he about a yard shy of the marker.
Just able to get those arms under that pass. So they go with a little play action, a little half roll, create a short yardage. This is what they need.
47. No. Ready. Check go.
Play fake. Tamu pass broken up. Jeremiah Johnson got in there and swatted away, intended for Brandon Smith.
Got to move the chains here. Let's see what they go with.
28.
First down, Higgins gets the blocks, gets the yardage. They needed a yard, and Darius Higgins got that and plenty more to get him a first down. Defenders move the chains.
Yeah, nice job on that right side. First, they had kind of two tight ends on that right side, overloaded them with players. And then the offensive line did an excellent job of getting to the outside shoulder and sealing off that edge.
Well, Reuben Foster's still down on the field right now.
He was a little shaken up last week, remember. That would be huge. We know exactly how much he's meant to them defensively. He's the heart and soul of that defense.
You know, this is similar to how he looked last week. It was late in the game, and it was that lower left leg, and he kind of limped off the field, wound up being okay. And we see, obviously, the way he played today, but very similar circumstance.
He's right in the middle of your line of scrimmage right there, and he's going to work against the tackle. And as he's trying to get outside of him right there, he just kind of goes down as he contacts Alex Ellis, the tight end. There's the first block. He gets outside of it. Here's Ellis, and right there he just kind of goes down.
So while he gets looked at medically, they'll give Higgins 12 yards to the 43 for DC.
Ready. Set, go.
A handoff taken by Cameron Harris. Pardon me, that's Darius Higgins.
Here's what's been impressive with Houston's defense. On first down, they can keep these two safeties back in what I would call a two shell, an open shell, and then they're still able to stop the run. And here's why that's important, is because technically speaking, the offense has the run ratios. They're supposed to be able to block everybody up front, but when you can't run the ball on a too high safety look, you're in trouble.
Here's Tiago keeping it. He gets wrestled down to the ground late. Marvin Moody with the stop. Here's another third down in the final seconds of the third quarter.
And here what you have to do is add the quarterback into the run game. So now you're going to have the 5 offensive linemen, the tight end, and the running back, and they're going to take those 7 defenders up front one way, and the quarterback goes the other.
Here's 3rd and 1. Darius Higgins through a hole, gets just enough for the first. And that is how the quarter will end. It's a one-score game. DC in front of the home folks. They've never lost a game at Audi Field. And right now, they need to score to prevent that from happening tonight. But there's a full quarter to give it a shot. Well, back in D.C. for the final quarter of the final game of the second week of the UFL season, the hometown D.C. Defenders and Houston Roughnecks going at it. If you like sixes, this is the game for you.
It's so fascinating to me with the extra point rule. No kicks, and you're going for 1, 2, or 3 with an offensive snap, and just how it plays out.
Good play by Tamu off the play fake and finding Kiki Cootie. Big gain on first down for DC. They keep it moving, this time 22 yards.
Here we go. Get set.
There's Reuben Foster. We saw him go out of the game earlier, but looks like he's trying to work his way back in. Tamu. Higgins out of the backfield. And slips forward.
That's right. Race arrow.
Higgins wasn't even active last week, and he's come in and he's been the main back here today for DC.
Tamu throwing on the run, out of bounds, incomplete for Cootie.
Third down. Hold
Big
on.
third down.
Third down play. Spread right. Red, wide under. Red, wide under.
Here we go. Get set. Ready. Set, go.
Needing the 21. Tamu not gonna get there. He's brought down well short of the first down. And that front 7 of this Houston team shutting him down. Ethan Westbrook officially gets the tackle. There are a lot of guys there in white jersey. He's up 4th.
And that front 7 is the strength of this defense. You know, even with Reuben Foster out, they've got guys like Adam Rodriguez up there, Chris Odom up there, Toby Johnson, who we talked about earlier, and they did a nice job there collapsing around Tamu. Coverage was solid in the back end here, forcing him into a field goal attempt.
Matthew McCrane, who went 4 for 4 last week, will try this one from 43 yards away in his first attempt today. And that one is true. Makes it a 3-point contest with 13 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
Good drive. Good, man. Good job, boy.
Well, Saturday on FS1, a bitter rivalry is brewing in Lone Star State. Now Corey Seager and the reigning champion Rangers battle Jose Altuve and the Astros. It all starts 4 o'clock Eastern on FS1. Joel, did you see who threw out the first pitch on opening day for the Detroit Tigers?
I did. The big old former Oregon offensive lineman, Penei Sewell from the Lions, the offensive tackle. How about that? It's a good pitch, too.
It was a good pitch by the big man. His brother, Gabe, plays for the Houston Roughnecks, and this could be a good weekend for the Sewell family. Get to throw out a first pitch and get a victory for your brother.
We'll see if they can pull it off here. It would be the first road victory that anybody had in Audi Field, heck, since 2020. I mean, you go all the way back to the kind of the original reboot of the XFL, Kurt. I mean, they have been perfect at home.
They were 3-0 back in 2020 and 6-0 last season. So this is an unfamiliar position for them right now. Anthony Ratliff-Williams brings it back out. Let's check in and see what the encouragement is for Reed Sinek going forward.
This quarterback's balling. This quarterback's balling now. We're going to come back and run snug. And they won't know the play.
That was my fault.
No, that's good. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Got it.
He has been balling since coming in midway through the second quarter. And right now, trying to hold on to the lead or extend it. They're up by 3. Just under 13 minutes left. Here's Sinek batted backwards, and it falls incomplete. Big Dennis Johnson got a hand on that, or maybe 2 hands.
And they're lucky that he did, because this was set up perfectly. It's a nice little play call, but Johnson's able to blow it up and bat it down. Watch this, you're going to get these offensive linemen, they quick set, and then they're going to be out in front of this screen, perfectly set up. There is a lot of room to run if Dennis Johnson doesn't bat that ball down. Beautiful play.
TJ Pledger. Nowhere to run on that one.
Well, they've been able to dictate the pace of this game to Greg Williams for the large majority part of this middle section, second quarter, third quarter. But now Greg Williams finally gets a 3rd and long to try to light him up here. I would be shocked if Greg Williams doesn't go with a blitz here to try to get to Reed Sinek.
Well, the game of chess begins. Here they come. Good protection. Sinek hits Ratliff-Williams, who can't fight through the tackle made by Michael Joseph.
Well, they do a nice job of just sitting at the chains. The middle defenders, you're going to see all the secondary players, and they basically are just aligned right at the chain. See all these guys are kind of just right on the fence line. And watch, they don't move, they don't sink. And they're trying to get a cheap first down by throwing short of the line to gain with Ratliff-Williams, allowing him to run. But the defenders do a great job of not biting. They don't sink in coverage, and they're there to make the stop.
Cootie back deep. Got room. And there's Penei Sewell's brother Gabe making the tackle. I tell you what, this defender team, we talked about it. They call it getting rowdy at Audi. Since the beginning of last season, undefeated at home. It's been different on the road. Right now they're at home, they got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they really do. And you know, early in this game, they're trying to overcome the first possession, giving up a defensive score. And it's been a little bit of an uphill climb. They had good rhythm offensively in the first quarter and then in the last series. Let's see if they can capitalize on that here in this series now as we get into the fourth quarter. Remember, it starts on first down, and it starts with giving Jordan Ta'amu options, not just tank runs, tank throws.
Here we go.
I'd love to see him get into the RPO game, run pass option, or even zone read game.
Here they go. Good play fake. Ta'amu makes the completion. Catching it is Kelvin Harmon. A little slow to get up.
That's exactly what they do. Watch, you're going to fake this little run right here, and then Ta'amu can just read it out. And he sees the linebackers collapse, and he knows he has that open area. Run pass option. He can hand it off, or he can throw it to that slant behind the linebackers.
8-yard gain.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Run ready. Set, go.
Cutting back is Harris. He's got running room, gets it outside. Cameron Harris, big run. Javon Hicks finally pushed him out of bounds. But a big play for the defenders on offense at 24.
Huge mistake by Adam Rodriguez, number 58. Watch him come way upfield as he's in his rush. And what does that allow? The cutback to go right underneath him. If he's coming down the line of scrimmage like he should, squeezing that gap, he's going to be right there to make the stop. But a beautiful cut is able to open it up.
To the Houston 24. Multiple receivers over there, and Riley Moore makes the grab. Give him 8 yards.
We've seen that first down success here so far on this series, haven't we, Kurt? That sets them up for short yardage situations and the ability to be aggressive and put the game back in the hands of their quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu.
And as you said, with options.
Here we go, here we go. Ready. Set, go.
Play fake, up top. Good adjustment made on the play by Brandon Smith. But they say he didn't get his feet in. Oh, let's take a look at this. Remember, in the UFL, you have to get both feet down, just like in the NFL, and Smith seems to have injured his shoulder as well.
Injury.
So as he goes back, this is a great catch. There's the foot, but watch the next thing that hits, I believe, is his hand out of bounds. That's right, and then that's the injury. Look as he goes down to his elbow and takes all that force on that right shoulder. It's a really good call by the officials in real time. That is an incompletion because of that hand hitting out of bounds. Yep, that's right there. You thought maybe that knee would get down before the sideline, but the hand is the next thing to hit after the right foot. Foot, he's got control. He needs another body part. Hand goes down, incomplete.
And there's Smith walking off. He was that close to getting that knee down. So instead of a big completion, he brings up 3rd and short. There's over 9 minutes left. This feels like an important 3rd down.
Yeah, it sure does. And you know, there's been a little bit of confusion. Jordan Ta'amu kind of ran over to the sideline, making sure that he had this call correct.
Ready, set, go.
Oh, movement. It
18.
looked like the tight end.
18.
Yep, 18. Alex Ellis, 18.
False start, offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Now hear me out, guys. I know I'm a little bit of a stickler here, but I think that this is a quarterback issue, and let me tell you why. Alex Ellis, yes, he jumps, I get it, and yes, he needs to hang in there. But as the quarterback, you know you can get this with just the run call that is being made. There's no reason to put in jeopardy this 3rd down by going with a hard count. At that point, you just go with a basic count so that you can be onside and get the first down with the play.
It's just like when you're down in tight in the red zone close to the goal line, and you and Kurt just talked about how big of a 3rd down it was.
And they don't convert it.
That's exactly right. Now you've got a really tough decision because 4th and 7 I do not like. Their passing game has not been very dynamic.
You good? What is this? No, here we go, go.
He's going to go for it. Doesn't want to kick the field goal. Matthew McCrane, their kicker, has a long of 50. He doesn't like it. And they're going to keep their offense on the field. This is a huge snap here.
Ready. Set, go. Go. Hey. Yellow, Z-cross, yellow, Z-cross. Here we go. Ready. Set, go.
And whistles before the snap.
Houston has called their first charge timeout.
Hey, relax.
That's Houston calling a timeout.
Just coach him. We in this game. Just coach him.
Numbers. Coaches, back up. Coaches, back up.
Go with the offense.
Early. 11. Let's go. Oh, no, whoever it is. I know. Oh, you got to stay. Hey, guys, here we go. Now, hold up. Hold up. Now, here we go. Let's go. Ace right tackle. Race Minnesota. One ready. Race to the right. No, you go across field. Yes, corner.
Well, let's see how certain they are about this on 4th and 7.
Seal that edge for me. Here we go. Ready.
Beneath the 32.
Take go.
Cutting back. Ellis got it and more. First down, Defenders. Roll right, throw left. Move chains.
And this is a really good play call. Here's this roll. He even says to his back, like, hey, go seal this edge. Make sure I can get there. And then the guy who made the mistake, Alex Ellis, they come right back to him. He jumps on 3rd down. He puts him in harm's way, basically. Now it's 4th and 7. They go back to number 18. And they get the little tight end throwback for a first down.
Pickup of 19 yards. Just outside the 20. Tamu slides just shy of the 15-yard line. Ruben Foster in there.
Trying to get a big play action.
Let's go 11. Ace trips right. 51 Hyatt, Z go. 51 Hyatt, Z go.
51 Hyatt, Z go. 51.
Well, I think the Z go is going to get him down the middle.
Here we go. Ready. Take go.
Tamu in traffic. And that was broken up, intended for Ellis. Good coverage there by Corn Elder.
Well, I would have loved to have seen them go back to the RPO on first down. They tried the heavy play action, big 7-step drop. They were only at the 24-yard line. Don't know exactly how deep you can go on a big play action there. And then they come back to just a straight drop back. He's got the flat wide open. The back, Cameron Harris, is wide open, and he forces it down the field to Alex Ellis. Probably a poor play call on first down and a poor quarterback decision on second. Leaves you with a 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
And they've been poor on 3rd and long today, 0 for 4.
Hey, 82. Yeah, watch 15. Ready.
They did just convert 4th and long. Up top, touchdown, Defenders. Ty Scott.
I'll tell you what, a beautiful throw. Jordan Tamu is going to roll just a little bit to his right. And he's got the one-on-one. You get bump coverage over there on the right side, and you're going to have a win. And Tamu just rolls to his right, and he sets up calmly, and this is beautiful. Look at the leverage right out over the top, right in front of his wide receiver and in front of the sharply dressed Devin Gardner. Devin, that was a beautiful throw.
I mean, outstanding throw. Perfect placement. Like you said, throwing with leverage is a thing that Tamu has been able to do when they give him the opportunity, and he did it just there.
That little half roll bought him some time there and allowed him to get the ball down the field. Now they've got to execute here in the 2-point attempt.
Ready. Take go.
They go for 2. They get it. Alex Ellis with the reception. First 2-point conversion of the game. And it makes it interesting now because the lead is 5. Well, the Defenders have trailed for most of the day. Ty Scott hadn't caught a pass all afternoon, but he hooked up with Tamu, and DC is 6 minutes away from staying unbeaten at home. Today's game is sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network, and by Pods, trusted with 6 million moves. Well, the hometown DC Defenders up by 5, and really, this game turned on this one play in the third quarter here, Joel. It looked like Houston was about to score and put this game maybe out of reach, but the Defender defense turned it around.
Yeah, and it was really for the better part of 2 quarters that Houston was running away with this thing, but the hustle from DeAndre Baker forces the turnover, and then DC turned it on. That 4th down conversion was huge to Alex Ellis, and then Ta'amu finds Ty Scott in the end zone, a terrific throw, and they capped on the 2-point conversion to take this lead, and it's been all DC here so far in the 4th quarter.
And Ta'amu and the Defenders now up by 5, and that really changes things because that means obviously that Houston has to get a touchdown.
Well, I thought, and I think you would agree with me, that they should have gone for 1. You know, the difference
ahead of
between a
time.
4-point lead and a 5-point lead in this league doesn't matter.
Correct.
And so,
yeah, you know, it was a discussion that we were having. Had they gone for 1 and gotten a 4-point lead, all you needed to do was make it more than a field goal to force them to get a touchdown.
That's right.
But it worked out. They got the 2-point conversion, and it's a 5-point game right now with just over 6 minutes left. So let's see what Houston can do. Reed Sennett has performed well since taking over for the injured Jared Garantano. And they'll have good field position here thanks to the return by Ratliff Williams. Let's check in with Devin Gardner.
Yeah, he's running off the field right now. I'm going to get up and get to him. All right, I know you're a little bit tired here. So we talked about leverage and throwing with leverage from the quarterback, and it's a great throw by your quarterback, but what a lot of people don't notice is how you lull the defensive back to sleep early to create leverage for you to catch the ball. Talk about what you did at the beginning of that route to make it happen.
Set him up to go flat-footed, went on his outside shoulder, hold the line outside, catch the ball, touchdown, Defenders Nation, baby.
Defenders Nation, go ahead, man.
Defenders Nation, man. Shout out to my mom, shout out to my boy 750. Love you, Uncle Bruce.
He love you, Uncle Bruce. Back to you guys.
All right, and that's a good job by Devin Gardner of stalling and asking a long question to give Ty Scott a chance to catch his breath. Good job, Devin.
Devin's a pro.
I do what I can.
That's so good. Well, each of these offenses have been, I would say, hit or miss, and the hit or miss has been almost 100% guys on first down. When they can get positive yards on first down, they set themselves up for success.
Quick pass by Sennett out to Hall. Justin Hall fighting. It's going to be stopped. Looks like just shy of the first down. Santos Ramirez fighting back.
Well, and now on a 3rd down, this is when I would use tempo and get up there quickly. You can quarterback sneak, you can hand off the football, and the main point here is to get the first down, to move the chains. The slower you are as an offense and operation, the more that you're going to allow the defense to get creative and aggressive with their front and their blitz package.
2 tight ends in. Pledger hit the backfield, kept on going, and got the first.
Well, we had Greg Williams discuss the Bear defense earlier, and they go Bear right here. All 3 of those guys on the guard, center, and guard, and that's why it's tough to block, because everybody's got to go hard inside, and if one guy doesn't get down inside, there's a free defender. But Pledger, individual effort, makes him miss and still gets the line to gain.
All go halfback angle on 1. Half right side. Here we go, ready, gotta go. 257's the mic. Here we go. 180. That's it.
Now they got it off in time. Sennett going deep down the sideline, broke it up. Intended for Bowman, but he hit the defender in the back. That was Santos Ramirez again. Good coverage.
It was, but he's helped out with the trajectory of the pass by the quarterback. You know, Kurt, if he puts a little air on this one, he's going to be wide open. Okay, so here's the tight end, and he's going to run a little bit of a wheel route, and he wins right there. They've got the win. If that ball goes up and over in front of the tight end, you're going to have a big play, but Bowman's got to come back to the ball, and because of the trajectory, that allows Ramirez to be in the play.
Yeah, not enough air under it. And this time they blow the whistle. It's going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down. He had it. His call.
11-11.
They kind of got away with it on the previous play, but not that time.
Yeah, and I think that's why Sinnott thought that he had a little bit of a beat. But now on long yardage.
Trips left, 23 paint, all go special. Back out, on one, ready? Come on,
You know, this is where you could get some creative blitz looks from Greg Williams, or he can just sit back and play soft defense.
Sinnott lost that one, and it's too much air underneath the football that time. Kiki Chisholm, the intended receiver.
Let's listen into Greg Williams here and see how aggressive he wants to be. What does he want to do here on third
Here we
wall?
go. Bear Games, Comanche. Bear Games, Comanche. Hey, listen up. Linebackers, hey, line up halfway back. It's not sticks. It's not. Here we go.
What does he mean by line up halfway?
Well, he wants the backers to be halfway between the first down marker and the line of scrimmage right now.
Oh.
Come on. 74.
Looks like the left side. Yep.
Ball start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
That's on the left tackle, Avery Genesee.
You know, this is when you want to think about calling a screen, calling something short where you have blockers in front, because I think you're more likely to get this ball into field goal range than you are to actually get the first down. I know field goal doesn't really help you, but with the two-minute warning and a couple of timeouts, you could play for that second possession.
2 field goals obviously would win it if your defense can stop DC. Sinnott underneath, and that pass is caught. Emmanuel Butler. There's some of those yards back. Now a 4th down decision coming.
And boy, Houston has got a big decision here. They've got the 2-minute warning. They've got 2 timeouts.
I got 2 timeouts. I got to use them.
If you're going to punt this, you just have to punt it before the 2-minute warning. You got to get this ball snapped so that you get the benefit of that 2-minute warning.
What? They did.
DC called a timeout.
Wait, DC called a timeout?
Yeah. Making sure he did.
The whole time. Punt return.
You're on the other side of players, so it took me a second to see.
All right, thank you.
Well, this helps out Houston.
Oh, of course it does. Now, in all likelihood, DC is going to have to run an offensive play before the 2-minute warning.
This is catch the ball and we're going. Hey, Mayweather.
Devin, any idea why they called the timeout here?
I do not know that. I mean, I think it's a huge mistake just because I don't think Houston had enough urgency and they weren't going to get this ball punted and returned before the 2-minute warning, which means they're going to only have 2 timeouts. But now they manufacture another timeout as long as this is not an 11-second return.
You're right. So instead, here's Hunter Niswander. Good kick. And it takes a big bounce. And it'll be down right at the 5-yard line. Kiki Kuti let it go over his head. Now 2:01 left. They'll bring this ball back out to the 25-yard line. Keep in mind the way the UFL rules are. Pardon me. All right, more UFL action next weekend. Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern, DC takes on Arlington in a rematch of last season's XFL championship. Then we're back here on Fox in prime time as Memphis battles Birmingham in the Stallions home opener. Next Sunday, there's also a doubleheader on ABC. Plenty of UFL action coming your way next week as the Week 3 schedule gets underway. Right now, it is DC holding on.
Well, this has just gotten very interesting because that worked out perfectly for Houston. If they weren't going to score, at least they have the benefit now of DC having to run this offensive snap before the 2-minute warning, which saves them a timeout.
Yeah, and I misspoke. The ball stays at the 5-yard line. Had it been a touchback, it would have been brought out to the 25. And instead, it gives Houston a chance to try and pin back DC before getting the ball back. 2-minute warning. All right, here we go. 1:57 left. 1 possession game. That's kind of been the way it's been in the UFL all of this week 2. The first 3 games all came down to the final possession, and this one shaping up to have an opportunity to be just the same.
Yeah, and this one, you know, being down, obviously you would want the lead here, and you know, DC gets a few first downs, and they're going to be able to put this game away. Houston, on the other hand, if they can be aggressive here and use their timeouts, they're going to get the ball back with about a minute 30, right around there, minute 20. And likely with good field position if they can stop DC and not allow them to gain many yards.
As Darius Higgins, he goes nowhere.
Boy,
getting forward progress here.
Those are some safe play calls. I understand you really don't want to throw the ball, but think about it, Kurt. What have they done their best work with? It's when Jordan Ta'amu has the choice, when he's in an RPO or a zone read, and when he's controlling things on the field versus the tank play calls that you're seeing here on 1st and 2nd down.
I don't think we got something up inside, but we can run. We can go bunch right and go 22 boss Tiger. No, how does coach? Yep. Here we go.
They'll let it run. You know what I mean? What you think? So you want to
Tiger. Just to clean it up, you heard Reggie Barlow asking why did the clock stop. Houston called a timeout. So they're down to 1 timeout left, hoping to get a big stop here on 3rd down.
Ready, set go.
On the run, they do get the stop right at the 1-yard line, so they will get the ball back.
Houston has called their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Boy, 3 conservative runs there by DC with the lead.
Yeah, and not one element of choice for the quarterback. And here's what's so great from a Houston perspective. Think about this. They've got to be in Devin tight punt because they're so far inside the 5-yard line, which means that this is a 1-step punt from the punter. Paxton Brooks is going to have to get this off very quickly. And all likelihood, you're going to get Ratliff Williams, I believe, who's back for Houston, is going to catch this at, I would say, worst, his own 45, probably right around the 50. And no, they're going to send back number 11, Justin Hall, who they have all said he is the most dynamic roughneck with the ball in his hands. And so he's back to return this punt.
And a lot of room to run right now. A lot of pressure on Paxton Brooks.
You don't want to take a safety here because then a field goal ties the game. You want to force them to have to score a touchdown.
It looked like the ball moved with the center.
False start. Okay, 80. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt you. It's half a yard.
Long snapper.
Offense, number 80. The penalties half. This is the goal. Remains 4th down.
See, this is when you do want to use a hard cadence. This is when you do want to trick them because the benefit of 5 yards for you if you're DC is far greater than the half yard that you're going to be penalized if you jump.
Brooks from the back of his end zone. Clean step, and he gets it off. Justin Hall from the 48. Already in DC territory with a move. Hall down the sideline, down to the 25-yard line. He took a big hit at the end of that return. Hall is yet to get up.
Eludes that first tackler, and then as he is going to the sideline, that contact knocks him into his own player. And you can see that he gets his own player the hip, and he goes head to hip.
Yeah, he's hit by Hines and then runs into Cyril Grayson, the other wide receiver. He is up on the sideline with some help.
But after that, he's clearly not going to be available in the last minute 34, and he's their most dynamic offensive player. He's the guy that you would want to get the ball in his hands in space at some point. And so now Reed Sennett, who has come in relief of Jarrett Garantano, has played very well and now has a short
Joker.
field.
They've got 11
down
personnel.
5.
Here we go. All right, let's go. Automatic front, okay, 2 lurk. Automatic front, 2 lurk.
1:34 left, needing a touchdown.
52, F Sparky, wide corner, X slant.
Here we go. Quick pass, Chisholm to the 19.
How about empty Key West? Empty Key, 52 Key West, empty right. Key West, X Key West. 52 to smash, they did, yeah.
Oh, the right tackle moved.
False start, offense, number 51, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And that comes with a 10-second runoff, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
No timeouts to bail you out there.
10-second runoff.
That was on the Ty Rogers. At a moment when time is of the essence.
We have a 10-second runoff because of the false start. The clock was running.
Yeah, we got it. It's done. It's down.
Okay.
They took it off. It's 59. We're good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's had to get the game clock and the officials clock all synced up with the 10-second runoff.
Yeah, but it was 103, right?
Curtis Johnson probably shouldn't be arguing for less time on the clock. It was 109, now it's 59. Sennett going for Chisholm, a little hand fighting, no flags on the play as Garland Conley was there on coverage.
Well, with no timeouts now in 48 seconds, you know, obviously you're in 4-down territory. So you could, in theory, throw something short of the chains, but now you're going to be running into the fact that you're not going to get many snaps after that. So this ball has got to go past the chains, and you cannot take a sack. Reed Sennett, if he takes a sack, if they can get to Reed Sennett, there's a good chance that they're going to have a hard time snapping this ball before about 10 seconds left.
Got to get it off before the play clock ends. They do. Pressure underneath, bobbled. Pledger. He did make the grab. Now the clock continues because they didn't get a first down. Houston is to hurry up.
Now they got it. They've got to know it's 4th down. Have to get the chains. Got to get it.
Looks like the right side of the line moved again.
There is.
Clock was running still, right? So we're going to have another 10-second runoff. So false start 51. So 24 is where 24 to 14. Gotcha.
Number 51.
51. Okay. False start. Offense number 51. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Both these were on the Ty Rogers, the right tackle.
Therefore, there's a 10-second runoff. The foul occurred with 24 seconds to go in the half. Please reset the game clock to 14 seconds. It will start on the ready for play.
It looks like Reed Sennett is wanting this ball. He's clapping, he's barking out the cadence. There's no way that he's sitting here using a hard cadence. You can tell he kind of grabs his helmet because Jack Kramer just didn't hear him, the center. Clock's running, gotta snap the ball. This is it, last play of the game.
Here we go. Over the middle, he's got a man and he missed him. They're asking for a flag and there's 1 second left. Braden Bowman, the tight end, was the intended receiver, and he couldn't connect with him. There is a flag down far
hey, Jordan, it'll be
after the play.
What you got? Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, this is just going to be a kind of a celebration issue. A helmet coming off after the play, regardless of direction.
It was an incomplete pass, right? Okay. Result of play is an incomplete pass. First down, DC.
So DC will take a knee and end this game. Sennett had a chance, but he couldn't connect with Bowman. This close.
I mean, he has them right here. I cannot believe they played man coverage with nobody in the end zone when all they had to do was prevent a touchdown. I mean, DC gets away with it right there. There was no reason to blitz. There's no reason to play man because they have a shot, and Bowman just didn't locate the ball. So DC gets away with that and wins this ball game because their offense played great during that fourth quarter, and in particular their quarterback, guys, Jordan Ta'amu. He made some great throws late in that game, fourth down, rolling half roll for a touchdown, and DC's going to win it.
Timely plays by the defenders. They go to 10-0 at home at Audi Field, and you know, we talked about it earlier. Their defense turned this thing around with a turnover, and the offense took advantage. That seemed to light a spark, and they get the win 23-18 for their first victory of the young season.
There is nobody deep. The deepest defender is only 8 yards from the ball. And now you've got Bowman one-on-one, and he's got a chance and just can't locate this. I am shocked that was the defensive call right there. And Bowman just looks ever so, look at that, he just can't locate it. He just can't locate it. Sennett had to throw the ball a little bit earlier than he wanted to, and DC's gonna win this game. I tell you, man, you gotta give them a lot of credit for what they did in that fourth quarter.
And so the defenders get the win. We'll be back to wrap things up from DC after this.